that I tell you probably more than any other thing on this channel. And now listen, if you haven't been watching for a while, you may not know what that thing is, but I'll just go ahead and tell you what it is. And that is that you need a freaking email list. I talk about this all the time. You need an email list, you need to own your people, you need to do the things, blah, 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 blah. But what do you do with an email list? How do you create one? Why do you need it? Like, all of these are questions that come up when I talk about email marketing. And Ms. Kendra is here to demystify all of it for us. We're gonna talk email marketing today with Kendra. So let's just get into it.
Thank you so much, Jessica, for having me. I am really excited, so let's go ahead and dive in. Now, getting started with email marketing is way simpler than you might think. In fact, in this video, I'm going to show you 3 easy steps for getting started with email marketing. But before we get into the how, I want to back it up a little bit and talk about the why. Now, I spent 14 years in an elementary school classroom teaching young kids how to read and write and do math and all the things. And one thing that I always emphasized was that before you can understand how to do something, you have to understand why you need to do it in the first place. Before I teach kids to multiply, I explain to them why this skill is important to have. So what I want to talk about really quickly before we get into the how of starting an email list is why you need one in the first place. There are a lot of great reasons to start an email list, and I could ramble on about stats and studies and statistics, but what it comes down to is there are 3 really good reasons that I personally chose to start using email marketing in my business. Number 1 is reliability. We all know that growing an audience and building an audience for your business is really important, and most people immediately jump to social media. Which, don't get me wrong, social media is great. However, when it comes to social media audiences, we don't own our platform or our audience. So if something happens to your Instagram account or your Facebook, or your account gets shut down for some reason, you have no way to reach your audience. With email marketing, we own our audience list. So no matter if you decide to switch platforms or move on to something else, that list gets to come with you. If your social media account shuts down tomorrow, having an email list where you can reach out to your audience and let them know, hey, this is what's going on, or hey, I'm still here, don't forget about me, is a really good safety net for your business. But beyond a safety net, that takes me to number 2. Number 2 is staying front of mind. There are so many social media platforms out there. It can feel really overwhelming to feel like you need to be in all these different places. You want to be on Instagram and Facebook and TikTok and Twitter, or whatever it's being called these days. While your audience may be in various places, I would bet really good money that every single one of them has an email address. So if you're trying to reach your audience in one place and not spread yourself too thin, email is the way to go. Social media also moves really, really fast. So if you post something at 9 a.m., but your audience doesn't hop on until 6 p.m., they've lost your content in the shuffle and it may not get seen. Whereas with email, if you send out an email at 9 a.m. but they don't check their email till 6 p.m., your message is still sitting there in their inbox for them to see, keeping you front of mind. Number 3 is return on investment, and not just a financial investment, but also your time investment. Social media takes a lot of time. You're creating content and graphics and captions and engaging and stories and oh my gosh, all the things. It can feel like so much. Whereas with email, you can spend a fraction of that time creating really powerful emails that connect with your audience. You can send out 1 email a week and have a really strong connection with your audience. You also have an audience of people ready to buy. When people go onto social media, they're there to scroll and be entertained and watch funny videos. They're not looking to hire someone or work with someone necessarily. You might get clients from social media, a lot of people do, but when someone goes into their email list, they are more likely in a space mentally to want to learn more about you, about your business, about what you offer, and maybe even purchase from you. So your return on your time investment with email marketing is so much more powerful than it is over on social media. Now that you know the why email marketing is so powerful, let's talk about how. How do you actually start an email marketing system in your business? So I'm going to break it down into 3 simple steps, and these steps do not take a lot of time or energy. You can do all of this within a day if you really sit down and put your mind to it. But starting an email list is not overwhelming. It should not be something that is really difficult. So step 1 is choose an email platform. I hear the question a lot of, Kendra, I have a Gmail account. Can I just send emails from that? No. There are a lot of reasons why, but the main reason why is you need a dedicated email platform where you can collect email addresses where people have said, I want to be on this email list. You can mass send emails, and they have the option to opt out of your emails at any time. With Gmail or Yahoo or whatever email platform you're using currently, that is not an option. And so having a dedicated email platform is going to be step number one. There are a ton of platforms out there, so I recommend choosing the one that best fits where you're at in your business now, but also where you see your business growing to. These platforms don't necessarily require a lot of tech skill, but there are some that have more bells and whistles than others. So really looking at what you want to use your email marketing for, what different aspects of your platform you want to have available to you, and where you see your business growing is really helpful. Keep in mind, the beauty of email marketing is if you start on one platform and you outgrow it, you can always take your list and move it to another platform. So do some research, figure out which platform works for you, or if you have questions about platforms, you can drop it down in the comment section below, and we can answer those questions in a future video. All right, number two, once you have your platform, you need to start getting people on your email list. Another common question I get is, well, Kendra, I have all of these clients that I've worked with. Can I put them onto my email list? Sadly, no. Even though they have agreed to work with you, they have to opt in to your email list. I mean, they have to actually say, yes, I want to be a part of your email list. So in order to collect email addresses, I see a lot of people kind of throw something up on their website that says, sign up for my newsletter or join my email list. And that's a starting point, and that's definitely some way to get people onto your email list. However, most people these days want to know what's in it for me. So just joining an email or a newsletter is not enough. You have to entice them with something that's going to benefit them. And that is where we have the lead magnet. So lead magnets are something you offer for free or low cost, but mostly for free to your audience. It helps them solve a problem, or it gives them something of value. And in exchange, they give you their email address, and they're now part of your email list. The key to a really good lead magnet is to address the pain point your audience has. What is a problem they have related to your business that you can help solve? And then you do that in a really simple way so that they're not having to consume something that takes a lot of time and energy. They get a quick win, and then they're like, oh, look what this person did for me. I want to learn more about how they can help me. So your lead magnet does not have to be overcomplicated. It can be super simple as long as it actually serves a purpose and solves a problem for your audience. Number three is to build connections. So once you've got your platform, you've started collecting email addresses, now you want to build connections with them. You don't want to leave them hanging. Have you ever met someone you instantly have a connection and you think, oh, we could be really good friends, and you exchange numbers or social media, and you're like, yeah, let's plan to go have coffee or go have a play date with our kids, and then crickets, you hear nothing, and you're like, what did I do wrong? Maybe I thought this was better connection than it really was. You're a little heartbroken. And so you don't want to leave your new email subscribers feeling that way. You want to immediately greet them with something that makes them feel welcomed and excited to be on your email list. Now, all email platforms typically have automations, which means you can create a series of emails that welcome your audience onto your list so that it's triggered that when someone signs up for your list, when they download that lead magnet and they put in their email address, they trigger this automation and it sends them these welcome emails. So they immediately get that warm, fuzzy feeling of, oh, I made a good choice being on this email list. And don't worry, that is not difficult to do. It's a matter of putting in your emails and clicking a few buttons and you're good to go. I promise it's super simple. But having that welcome series, having those emails, even if it's just one that says, hey, I'm so glad you're here, this is who I am and this is what I do, can go a long way to building that connection. And then continually building those connections with consistent emails. Whatever that looks like for you. It could be one a week or one a month, but staying in touch with your audience is going to ensure that not only do you stay top of mind, but they stay excited about being part of your list and part of your community and kind of part of your inner circle, which we all want to feel like we're part of someone's inner circle. And that's it. That's how to get started with email marketing. It really is that simple. I've been using email marketing in my businesses for the last 8+ years, and I promise that this works. Let me know in the comments below if you have questions about email marketing, and we will address those in future videos. And don't forget to subscribe to the Hey Jessica channel so you get notified when new videos come out. Thanks so much for joining me, and I will chat with you again soon.